In the name of our Creator, Redeemer, and Sustainer. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning and Merry Christmas to you all. We have arrived at the first Sunday after Christmas. We have completed our preparations in Advent, and Jesus has been born. A gift to the world, God incarnate, the Word made flesh, and a new light to guide us on our path. We sung our Christmas hymns, placed Jesus in the nativity scene, and sung Silent Night by candlelight. The stockings have been emptied, the presents have been opened, and meals have been eaten. We have watched our favorite Christmas movies and listened to our Christmas songs. We have celebrated Christmas with both our religious and our secular traditions. So, I guess it's time to take down the trees, unhook our stockings, pack away our decorations. It's time to change the colors in the church and focus on the next season of the church. Now, before any of you are ready to push me out the door and call me crazy, I want you to know that I'm kidding. I like our custom of celebrating the full 12 days of Christmas, to celebrate Christmastide until Epiphany and the arrival of the Magi on January 6th. But how weird is that to say that date now, January 6th, considering that date is now synonymous with the insurrection that took place at our nation's capital at the beginning of this year. The day we as Christians should have been celebrating the revelation of God incarnate as Jesus Christ, the arrival of the three kings, and the physical manifestation of Jesus Christ to the Gentiles. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I will ever be able to separate those events again, but I will not let the darkness of that day overshadow the light of Jesus in our lives. I am also reminded of a Christmas I spent with my family in Wyoming many years ago. My eldest sister and her family lived in a small town in Wyoming called Du Bois, and so our family packed up to spend a Christmas with her. We did not have little ones at the time, so our Christmas morning started a lot later than they do now for me. We had a late breakfast and took our time opening presents, and then we looked out the window at the beautiful snowy scenery around us to see the house across the street where the husband was carrying his tree out the door, followed by his wife sweeping up the needles. I don't even think it was 11 a.m. yet. Well, we looked at each other and laughed and said, well, I guess Christmas is over. Now, I don't mean to make fun of other people's traditions, but I love to hang on to Christmas as long as I can. And I'm thankful for our tradition that encourages us to celebrate these 12 days. And I have to admit, there are some years that my family were lucky to have the decorations packed up and put away in the attic before February. So for me, I find it hard to see why some people want to end Christmas so quickly. I'm thankful for the retelling of the light that was brought into our lives through the birth of Jesus Christ, the light which no darkness can overcome, a light that was there from the beginning of creation in the Word and that will be with us throughout all of eternity, a light that is there to lead us on our journey throughout life. This is a light that is different than the light that I was carrying when caving as a youth. During these trips, we were always reminded to carry extra or multiple backup lights so that we would never be consumed by the darkness of the cave. But with the light of Christ, we do not need to worry about a backup. This light lives within each of us and within our neighbor. This way, at times, we can shine and be the light for our neighbor when they are surrounded by darkness. And in turn, they can be our light when we find ourselves in times of darkness. So, let us remember during this season of Christmas that Christ came to us as a vulnerable baby, born in the darkness, in a manger because there was no room at the end, in the lowliest of places, but in order to bring light to the world. so through Jesus Christ, the light of the Word shines forth in and through our lives. Amen.